I've seen that with my grandfather actually.
Mm.
So all that I've kind of seen, like what it actually amounts to, right? So for me, it became about touch one person at a time.
Yeah.
It might take longer, but who's counting,
Who's counting?
right?
Yes. I like that.
But
It might take longer, but who's counting? Wow. We forget this simple fact. Ayesha is a being from the beyond. She's like a whiff of fresh air, a rare being. People that have been touched by her life in any way would wholeheartedly agree with me. Aisha studied studio art and has a double master's in women's studies and guidance and counseling. She's a certified yoga teacher and a breathwork facilitator. But again, she is so much beyond. The magic that she is unfolds gently and easefully, and the wondrous being that comes through has unexpected nuances, all of which go on to expand the world of all that are lucky enough to be around her. She runs a little studio space in Chandigarh called Mera Qi and is a center of a growing community of people young and old who are searching for fulfilling ways of spending their time. All of us, at some point or the other, have wondered about how we are in this world and how we would like to be. The conversation that follows may help. Do have a listen. Hello, hello! Welcome, guys, to our podcast, Theatre of Joy. I am so excited today. That seems like yesterday's news, but I'm really excited today. Today we have Ayesha Sandhu. Ayesha is an amazing person and she's done amazing things in her life. And today you will get to hear it all. Ayesha Sandhu, guys.
hello everyone. Hello.
What an
Harleen.
honor. I'm so honored that you agreed to come and spend this time with me.
It's a gift to have any moments with you, and this one's one of those. So thank you.
Thank you. Mutual Appreciation Society. Yeah, I guess. So, Aisha, tell us, what is your theatre of joy?
So Harleen, I think I'm a people's person. So I love bringing people together, and I love seeing them bloom in spaces that I kind of curate and offer. So I think that's why the studio space came into being. I love connecting through laughter, through sadness, through just presence.
I know that.
And to come into that expression, I use myself, my creativity to create that space or that kind of event where that can kind of manifest. So
I must tell you guys that Aisha is curating this amazing space in Chandigarh called the Circus of Mera Qi. And there's such good things happen there. I've had such fun there also. And the whole city is, I'm sure, grateful. I am. I'm really grateful for that space. It's a very different space, and Chandigarh is lucky to have it. So, later, maybe you can tell us a little bit about Mera Qi also.
yes.
But yeah, noted. Theatre of Joy is making people happy, smile, and
And that comes through my experiments with yoga. That comes through my experiments with cooking and gathering people over meals.
yes,
That comes through art as an expression. So different modalities to create spaces and zones for people to be. is where it really brings me joy.
Yeah. So I've had your meals, amazing, and especially the drinks are amazing. The
Yes,
way
yeah.
you put them together, and of course, I know about the events that you sort of facilitate in Mera Qi. But tell us about your art, because although I've seen that wall in Triveni in
Yes,
Chandigarh
yes,
of Wali art.
yes.
Yes.
So I studied art. I've had a few exhibitions in different places in
Mm,
India,
mm,
and I didn't want it to be limited to just an exhibition space. So
mm.
I took to street art.
Oh, so most artists like feel ki, okay, if they've exhibited
Yeah,
in
I've done it.
Binale and these kind of places.
Yeah, I've done it even at the Lalit Kala Academy in Chennai
Ha
and
ha
things like that. And
ha.
so paintings got picked up by people, Madras University as well, and
Oh wow.
Singapore Embassy and a few other places. But I felt I wanted it to be an interactive space again.
Oh
I miss
wow.
that, and
Yes.
I wanted it to be a little more available to anybody. So
Uh,
that's how I got into street art. I met a French person and was
mm,
very influenced by how he was creating work and making it available everywhere. So I
mm,
have painted some walls in France as well.
mm.
And in fact, we painted the D-Day wall, which is in France. It's
The
the
D-Day when oh, the
Yes,
Second World War.
yes. So it's in a place called
Okay.
Oromage, and we
Okay.
did the wall. It's a really big wall. They
Oh my
usually commission.
goodness, what
So
an honor.
yes, and we
So
painted a lot of Om
tell
there.
our viewers, people who don't know what actually street art is.
So street art is basically making art accessible to the ordinary man
Mm.
by painting walls, by painting anything that is abandoned, by doing commissions on maybe some um, little cafes and things like that.
Ah, ah, ah,
So
ah.
just more,
Yes, I've seen some of that. Yeah, yeah.
yes. So
Oh,
that kind.
wow.
So it's a little more live. It's more a part of the environment as
Ah.
opposed to just something that's just put on.
So it contributes to the environment
Yes.
and to the people in the street.
And also it changes with time
Ah.
because it weathers away as the conditions
Uh-huh.
change. So
Uh-huh.
it keeps changing. It's not permanent like most things, but you see that impermanence more in street art than a regular painting
Uh,
or something like that.
uh-huh.
So yeah.
Yeah. You bring a regular painting home and stick it on your wall, and that's it. But in this way, I think every person in the street who comes across this painting is going to interpret it
In their own way.
in their own way,
Yes.
and according to whatever is happening in the world or that city, or right
It's
at
got
that
to keep
time,
changing.
the relevance keeps changing,
Yes.
and so many people get to experience it rather
Yes.
than just a private family or
Exactly.
wow. What a choice.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's a wonderful choice. Yeah, yeah. Great. And I'm looking forward to something that you do in Chandigarh.
Yes. I've been wanting to do like a street thing in Chandigarh.
uh,
We'll plan maybe something.
yes,
Yes,
let's do
something.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Chandigarh has such gems, and this is one shining, beautiful, colorful gem. So, tell us what happens in Mera Qi.
So Mera Qi became a space in my home.
Hmm.
I converted a part of the house
Hmm.
into a studio space.
Hmm.
I wanted home to be just right where the house is.
Hmm.
I wanted work to be where home is.
Yeah.
And so we offer a space for different workshops, different expressions, from meditation to yoga to theater to baking to sessions for kids
Hmm.
to eco printing
Hmm.
to sustainable art creation,
Hmm.
anything and
And
anything.
healing also. I
And
mean,
of course, yes,
like,
we have breathwork. I'm also a breathwork facilitator,
hmm,
and other healing modalities as
like the
well.
sound,
We have
sound
sound
healing.
healing
My
that happens
God.
regularly.
Yeah.
So it's a facility which is offered for any sort of expression of self or discovery of self, basically. So yeah,
and there's a nice community that has built itself around it.
Over time, yes, I think a lot of people have gathered. We've gathered also. We've also had some sessions where we've cooked for about 50 plus people, and we've had some flow arts, we've had some fire show, and so that way we've had a very festive gathering. And we've also done a lot of stuff in the parks because, again,
Yes.
Chandigarh has such beautiful parks and we don't use them enough.
Yeah,
So,
like slack lines and
yes,
flow arts.
and just a good old picnic. I have
Yeah.
like this really really big dari that we carry, and we all bring our little lemonades and teas and have a nice little picnic like we used to back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
So just
I know. And I think, that's one of the best things that Mera Qi has built around itself is the community.
Yes.
So it's so important to sort of gather people around and help them meet each other, especially young people and older people like me.
We've actually had like a couple meet here and get married.
Get married.
So
yeah, young people need that.
Yeah.
Because there's no spaces to meet only.
Yeah. Or you have your usual bars or something, but those get dated,
Yeah.
This is a real meeting that
this is a fun and a ever-changing space.
Ever-changing space. You're getting to know people. You're creating bonds. We've created different friendships here, that have manifested into other things. So I think it was a comfortable place for people to meet and share some wholesome experiences. So the outcome was like a wholesome bonding.
Yeah.
Bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there are so many invisible benefits of a community engaged in fun stuff. Stuff which fills your spirit up.
Yeah.
And you can expand and together with other people, even if you don't get married to anyone in there. But a community has so many benefits which we are rapidly losing in today's society.
Yes.
Yeah.
These really like honest places of interaction.
Yeah.
Where there's no agenda per se, but you're just gathering for learning something together or sharing something, or just coming together to kind of with a certain curiosity and just being.
Yeah.
And in that it evolves to whatever it evolves to, and that's not the intention initially, but I think it's a part of the whole thing.
Let's see where it goes, kind of. The flow goes. And I like that thing about no agenda.
Yeah.
Because nowadays spaces have an agenda. Either there is a politician involved or there is some kind of a NGO kind of a thing which has. But this actually really, now that you talk about it, there is no agenda.
Yeah.
Except love, togetherness, and fun.
Yes, fun.
Yeah, you've done even had theatre directors come in and work.
Yes.
And create a play.
Yes.
Which the community comes together to watch.
Yes, that's happening.
And that's the best way.
Yeah.
So
it's and it's also providing a lot of various things. So a lot of different kind of people come in. Because नहीं तो हो जाता है कि अगर आप एक ही चीज कर रहे हो तो फिर वैसे ही टाइप के लोग आएंगे. तो इसमें क्या है कि you have a wider range of people, because anybody who has a little curiosity can show up and they can take away something.
Yeah.
So that way it's
there are meditation sessions and there are fun sessions, there are food, and so many different kinds of things.
And as far as the breathwork session goes, those sessions are very very intense.
Yes.
And there's a lot of release work that happens. There's a lot of crying, and so that's also kind of, so it sees a lot. It's like full spectrum. It's not just the lighter stuff, it's also the heavier stuff, and basically you get to release whatever you're carrying and lighten off the load a little bit.
And the space is available for anybody who wants to bring in some interesting people,
Yeah.
or some new things.
Always open to
Because
collaboration.
the
always open.
space is there,
Yeah.
so things are going to happen.
Yes. Yes.
And that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
That's really, really wonderful. I'm so grateful. And of course, it's part of a flow. You you don't have any agendas for where it is going to go.
No, sometimes people do tell me there should be something clear,
Huh.
but I feel like it's growing in a way on its own,
Organically
organically.
around a city.
Exactly. And so it grows and it changes, and that's the nature of things. It's not fixed.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And that's the best way.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm sitting here having this conversation with you.
I know it feels interesting
Amazing.
and
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah, but I would say that, it should make some money so that you don't have to close it down for lack of funds or something.
Yes. So earlier it used to be, I mean, I've also experimented with gift economy. This has been an experiment for me because initially, I mean, I went from being an artist where I could have sold a lot of paintings. Then I went to street art, which gets a commission kind of. It's a more an interaction,
Yeah, like street theater, and
Yeah.
we're so used to it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then then I did yoga. I did yoga in the city for 3 years, solid years. That was very sustainable. Um, then this project came along, and I called it Circus of Mera Qi. And in this, we've experimented with gift economy. We've experimented with pay as you like. We've done different combinations, which is also a huge process of the learning curve, And now I've just come to a place where it needs to be sustainable. So I'm not like for profit or anything, but I'm looking to sustain.
Yeah. So explain what is a gift economy for people who.
So gift economy could be like the space is there, and you can come and use the space, and you give whatever is comfortable with you.
That's pay your way.
Pay your way. Or sorry, that's pay as you like.
Pay as you like.
Right?
Yeah.
Gift economy would be I have this to offer. In exchange of that, I will use your space. But they're also usually not charging. So then it makes sense. So like they'll offer the workshop for me to participate for free. And they'll offer the workshop for people who are in the city. So that's how it's just an exchange. No money exchanged.
Yeah.
Right?
Between you and the artist who comes.
Yes.
The people. But there might be an entry fee and all for.
I think usually
sometimes,
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like in a happy community,
yes,
you always come to a mean that works for everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's essential also because not everyone comes in with that awareness. Like we've actually hosted a meal gathering with this kind of mindset, and we barely broke even. Because not everyone does it with that intent.
Yeah.
So if there is, sometimes my dad used to say that the audience needs to be aware as well.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, then sometimes they don't even realize and you get taken for a ride.
Also, they would feel in today's kind of a world, they would feel कि कुछ तो बनता होगा इनका. There might be something. Why would they otherwise do it?
Yeah.
But as an example of a gift economy or the kind of work that you do, it's very important to make it known and felt.
Yeah.
So that people don't really forget that this is also a way to be.
Yes.
And everything is not like a monetary exchange or a exchange of power or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, knowing Ayesha, it's just the first time that has come into my head. She hasn't ever claimed power. That
Yeah.
any other person might, who's a curator of an organization like Circus of Mera Qi. So
Yeah.
that's
Ayesha, I
really
agree to you.
laudable. Yeah. You don't claim power even in your body language, or very gracious and very welcoming,
Yeah.
and actually holding all of us together. Mm, that's an amazing thing. Oh, I'm getting BP.
Oh.
Because there aren't many people like this in the world today,
Right.
right? Everybody has a agenda, and if they feel ki, okay, there should be an agenda. I mean, there's little, yeah, but one
Something.
can be like that and
Yes.
have a community and have fun, and
Yeah.
people who are your relatives also are welcome, but people who are not your relatives,
Yeah.
and they become close to you and you become close to
Just
them.
expand your family. Family
Yeah.
takes on a different meaning.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
these shared experiences that make your
Mm.
bonds grow stronger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. More such communities should show up.
Yes. Yes.
And I mean, again, I'm going there, but in today's world, if you're not doing anything for money, people will say, "Oh my God, why don't you do something for money? What are you really, really doing?" Like when we were growing up and doing theater, people used to ask us, "Okay, तो तुम theater करते हो, मगर तुम करते क्या हो?" So,
Yeah.
because something which doesn't get you in money is hobbies.
Hobbies.
It's not
Exactly.
really you or
Yeah.
your work.
Yeah.
But you are not your work, which you're doing for money.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, uh, to be you, you don't need to be doing something which is making money, right?
Absolutely.
Get money out of the equation,
Yeah.
and life can be good.
Yeah.
Life
Yeah.
can be a lot of fun.
I mean, it can be the whole spectrum.
Yeah,
It can
yeah,
come with its.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. So you going to plod on like this and continue with your Circus of Mera Qi?
Yes, it's changing right now, but let's see what comes.
Mm-hmm.
That's like in the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, the space is there. I definitely want to use it and invite more people.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a good um, workshop going on right now, acting workshop. They
Mm-hmm.
like the space.
Mm-hmm.
They've been using the space. So
Mm-hmm.
I think a few more things added like that, and
Yeah.
it will progress.
I mean, it's already progressing.
Yeah.
I don't think you've lost any person
Yeah.
from the community.
No.
Lost, I mean, not dead, but just someone who's been here and left.
Yeah. No.
That keeps increasing.
That keeps increasing. People
Yeah.
are just waiting for what next.
What next?
Yes.
And
Yes.
of course, new kind of activities are also being added.
Yeah.
So what else do we want?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's an
Yeah,
opening.
yeah. How inspiring. What, uh, you know, I mean, a dream, by being you have actually articulated a dream that many young people can follow.
Yes.
The young, in our time, still it was different. There were a lot, but in today's world, maybe the young people don't even know that this is another option, a way to choose your life.
Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, see, the idea for me, it is about, for me, time, my time is key. I
mm,
really value my time.
mm.
So this gives me the ability to have my own time.
Yeah.
And for that, if I have a little less money, then
Mm,
so be it.
yeah.
But I'm not
Little less power, so be it.
little less power, so
Yeah,
be it.
yeah, yeah,
So time is mine. And so
yeah,
that's where I think I find
yeah.
that's where my power is.
Ah, yeah. I mean, That's a way of looking at it.
Yeah.
But I do want to reiterate this, that the kind of community and people that gather around Ayesha and Mera Qi, um, and they stay on, uh, I don't think it ever has even occurred to Ayesha to use that as having a perception of power for herself,
Yeah.
which is weird in today's world, because that just comes along, money, power.
Yeah.
But I don't think the way you move around the community and you are available for everyone and you keep people in touch with each other,
Yes.
and you just sit and have conversations just because conversations are fun.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever in any way brought into the equation power.
Yes.
It's just not there.
It's
It
just not there.
doesn't even occur to you.
That's very beautifully said, Harleen, because when people call me, I've heard this before, like, wow, you've actually had a conversation with us. Because, and I'm like, all I have is time.
I know.
So, in the sense, I honestly value these moments so much.
Yeah.
And if I'm not there for that human moment, then what am I trying to curate at Mera Qi?
Yeah.
Because the meaning in itself means that you're going to leave all your power, all your money behind.
Yes.
Mera Qi.
Mera Qi. I
Right?
know.
The Punjabi version of it.
Mera Qi, I know. That's why I love the name.
And also, it means to put your heart and soul into whatever you're doing. So if I'm talking to you, my heart is here. Where do I need to go from here?
Yeah.
So that's why the power doesn't show. And
yeah,
we've even curated a very nice sustainable fest called Sabtera. That was about getting sustainable vendors together, and we did it in my house, and there were about 200 people who showed up.
Yeah.
Again, a heart project done with the intention of making the curators, the makers meet the customer. So we had volunteers introducing each other, all the people. So it becomes a personal story. For me, that's important.
Yeah.
Knowing the person and things like that, So I think that's.
And that is Sangat in its true self.
Yes.
Yeah. The Sangat the idea of Sangat that was there is no longer there because Gurdwaras have agendas.
Exactly. Exactly.
And Saptera is actually when you don't have any agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love the way, the much hated question which is asked to young people now, how do you see yourself in 5 years? Is actually not even relevant where Ayesha is concerned.
It's not.
Hmm.
That is not a question.
That is not. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, you should go and wow, again, agendas. But that would put you right into one. But more people should understand about this way of being.
Yeah.
And which means that you go around the seminar circuit, which is, I would not advise you to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose I also do believe that whoever is meant to find you will find you. Whoever you are meant to find will be found.
I really believe that.
Yeah.
Because I've just done it so organically and beautifully. Incredible people have come in
I know.
and met, so it just has flown with such a grace, I think, that sometimes there is a temptation to go into the seminar circle and to talk about
to people, but that has its
but then I've
life
seen
of its
that
own.
I've seen that with my grandfather, actually. So all that I've kind of seen, like what it actually amounts to, right? So for me, it became about touch one person at a time.
Yeah.
It might take longer, but who's counting?
Who's counting? Yes.
Right?
I like that.
But
It might take longer, but who's counting? Wow. We forget this simple fact.
right?
I must tell anybody who's interested out there that her grandfather was Surjit Singh Barnala, and the erstwhile, some time ago, Chief Minister of Punjab. And he was a wonderful man. He's also written a book
Called The Story of an Escape.
It's an amazing book, The Story of an Escape. Sorry. The Story of an Escape by Surjit Singh Barnala. Do check it out. I think it's a very, very interesting book.
Thank you for that mention.
And grateful to your grandfather for giving you to the world.
I've learned a lot from him.
I'm sure you have. Yeah. Such wonderful men are no longer there in politics.
I have goosebumps right now, so he's showering his blessings. The humility I got from him. He packed his own suitcase. He was the governor for 10 years of different states. Packed his own suitcase, had his simple outfits. Never ate more than 2 rotis. Simple. So yeah.
Yeah, that's some shoes to fill.
Oh yeah.
And you are filling them.
In certain ways.
Yes.
I do have a lot more clothes.
I know, whatever. In today's world, but that's another thing, another fun thing.
It's a part of the circus.
Yeah. Do check out Circus of Mera Qi on Instagram. That's a fun space.
Yeah.
So anything that I've left out or that you'd like to talk about?
No, I think it was pretty amazing. We got it covered.
I did.
Yeah.
So I got the street art. And also you lived in Auroville for a while, right?
I was in Chennai. I would visit Auroville. So, I mean, a part of Circus of Mera Qi was actually my inspiration from Auroville. I was inspired by Auroville. वो रह गया थोड़ा बोलना. I thought that if you like Auroville, take a seed of it with you and plant it wherever.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Auroville is not the Mecca, but you do take away a little bit of it, and I'm sure a lot of people do that. Yeah.
In their own ways.
Yeah, that culture, the idea.
Of it.
Whatever Auroville is today, but the idea is still relevant. And very important.
Yeah, there's so many nice aspects to it as well. That are good to carry back. And so the space was influenced by the way I built it, sustainable as could have been, and things like that. So hands-on project.
And welcoming.
Yeah.
And the Auroville, I don't know.
That is
not too welcoming nowadays.
Yeah.
But it had its time.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful it was there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Ayesha.
Thank you.
I'm still feeling greedy. I'm sure I've left out something, but another time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.